Okay guys, the last thing we're going to work on for week 3 deep dive is going to be creating different backgrounds for our game so that as the player progresses and get higher and higher score, they get to see cool and fun different backgrounds than just the same one that we have. So we're going to go ahead and go to the stage. We're going to go ahead and go into backdrops. And if you guys remember, similarly to the last game, you want to go ahead and rename these as the amount of score you want the players to reach in order to see it. So the first one is always going to be score 0 because that's the first backdrop that we want to start with. Other than that, it's up to you guys as to how many backgrounds you guys want to do. I at least suggest making 3 to 4 of them. And you can also think about this sort of like as a story. So maybe for me, maybe my first background starts with a couple clouds, then I duplicate it, and maybe after maybe a score of 30, the clouds start getting darker and there's more and more clouds. Then by the next one, there's lightning. So I'm really playing around with it, not just creating random backgrounds, but using it to help tell a story for the game if I really wanted to do it that way. If you guys want to have random backgrounds, that's also perfectly fine. It's kind of up to you which way you guys want to go ahead and do it. So take your time creating your backgrounds. Remember the 3 ways that you can do it, either creating them from scratch yourself, using images from either Google or Scratch, and then customizing it so that it's exactly how you want it. Once you're done, and again, remember to add the score and the amount of points you want the players to have in order to get to that background. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. Maybe make this one 55. And I'll just add one of my thunders since I already have that here, just to kind of show you guys little different ones. Okay, so kind of make it look like it's thundering. Okay, and I'll add another one. So I'll make this one maybe 68. So again, I created 3, but again, you guys can add more, you guys can do more. This is just a short little video to kind of go through everything with you guys. Once you're done creating this, you're just going to go ahead and go into the code section. You want to go ahead and go onto the yellow events tab for your stage, and you want to use when I receive play game. I want to go ahead and forever add an if. Above the forever, we're going to tell it what backdrop we want to start it with. So we're going to start with score 0, and if our score is equal to a number, we want to change it to the new backdrop. And that number for me, for my second one, is 30. So I'm going to change this 50 to a 30. You go ahead and hover over the if and duplicate this. Add it in the bottom. My next score is 55, and that's what I'm going to change it here. And then my last one that I have is 68. And I'll add that here. So once you guys are done with the code and done with the art, again, test these out. Make sure that you're able to see the backgrounds change. Another thing that you guys can kind of think about too, if you want to have the backgrounds change, maybe try to see if you can add an animation to it. That's something else you guys can kind of think about if you guys want to kind of make it look even cooler. But other than that, once you guys are done, that's going to be it for week 3. Look forward to week 4 core and deep dive, where we're going to be wrapping up this game.